So hi and welcome to my channel Journaleclectique. My name is Carole and today we are trying to cut our ephemera pages with Cricut. And the thing about this way of doing is that my page is already printed. So now I'm just trying to get Cricut to cut it on its own. So I'm starting with I guess the intuitive way, and this would be like you choose your page from your computer. That is the same one that you printed, and as you can see, I took out the background. Now I took out the writing on the bottom. I'm using the second option. I have to give it a name, but it's not important. You can just write anything. It's really not important. And now I'm continuing with in design space. And in design space, I can see that I have lines at the bottom. So now I have to go back on my page to select it. So I go in my folders, get it back again. I will take out the background with the selecting tool at the bottom. I'm going to use the eraser to really catch the bottom of the page and the writing. If you don't take out the writing, Cricut will try to cut everything. So we don't need this. Now I wanted to bring back some pixels because I thought I actually took some of the butterfly, but that was too much, so I simply took it out again and used the eraser. Now the reason I'm keeping the Buzz into Spring tag is to actually have a reference for measuring my paper. So using the second option, monocalc, which gives us only the black. And now I actually saw that the butterfly had some little lines coming out. So I'm trying to get them out, but it's not going to work with that big eraser. So monocalc, second option. We try to give it a name again. We go in design space, whereas you can see the two lines are still there, but now I can see that there is a lot of little dots that has no business there. So we're going to do it again. Now, what I'm going to do next, you have to look at the upper side of the right upper side of the screen. So you can see the three little dots, which you will choose an option there to already have the monocalc. A single layer, something like that in English. So I'm going to get my file again. You see the little dots at the upper right? So I'm taking the background, I'm erasing the bottom. And I will go at the upper corner on the three dots to choose the monocalc there. So now I can actually modify things there, and as you can see, the menu changed at the bottom of the page. So the first option is the one we want. We're sliding the cursor, so it actually gets rid of the little dots. But that also takes the designs, so it makes it it gives it a little more border. So now we're in design space, and I will be calculating what I see on design space on my page. Because the design space is what actually showed up on the design space is way too big. If the design space actually allowed you to keep things as you see, then you would only need to enter 8 by 5 and 11 inch, which is the usual size of a letter paper. But now I have to calculate how wide and how long my page is according to the design, which I will then enter using the modify option, which is the icons in the middle of the page is the second one, the one that has a square and a pencil in it. Also, when you're doing on the mat, when you're going to cut, you need to add, like I'm going to do now, 1/4 of an inch. So about 5-6 millimeters, because Cricut actually put it there. As you will see when we get to the cutting phase, it shows that it's 5 millimeters away on two sides. So really, if your thing is to actually just cut your ephemera, you probably would be better off with a scan and cut. Scan and cut would actually just you would put your paper on the mat, it would scan the entire page and cut, or give you message that they can't cut because there's not enough of a border around. This is why I think Natalie from LDA, Line Dot Arrow, actually puts the dark surrounding everywhere on her ephemera, so she can use her scan and cut. So I'm taking out the excess, and I don't think I actually gave it enough millimeters around. It's probably more like half the 1/4 of an inch, which would be what, an 8? I don't know. It was close when I started to cut it. It was close to being good, but something was missing. But we have to do it. We have to try, and I decided to actually do this so I could show you all the troubleshooting and all the problems that happens, all the measuring we have to do, unless you actually know a way, another way to do this that is much better. I've tried many things, so if you want to speed this up because it's too long, you can actually. That's why I actually left it on the on the regular speed, because I actually have to think about what I'm doing. So now I've entered 23.39 with 16.8. Okay, so I'm changing the length. and you have to unlock it if it's not the same. So 24 on the length. So I guess my design cut is in centimeters. So in order to adhere your paper very well, you can actually also roll it with a rolling pin or something to roll with your jelly printing. So I'm choosing my mat, and as you can see, the green borders, they show you that it's at a 1/4 of an inch away. So now I'm bringing the Cricut near me. And I actually tried to make my favorite appear there, but it didn't. Only after I update from Cricut did actually do it. I had to go search it everywhere. So this is copy paper, and copy paper is well, 75 grams per meter square. I think that's what it is. And as I'm going to let it cut, as you have a pause button on your Cricut. So you have 3 buttons. You have the 2 arrows you can see for charging the mat. You have the arrow that looks like a play button, that is to start the cutting, and you have at the side a pause button. So you can I will pause it right there because I can already see that it's not going to be aligned or not. It's not this one. So I guess this one I let it cut entirely. Still, there's 3 buttons on the Cricut Explorer 3, and you can use the pause button to actually look at what it cut and whether you like it or not. But we'll see that on the other part of this video. So as you can see, it did cut some of the black lines, and it left some whites. So this is the problem with Cricut and trying to cut something that was already printed, and having the file actually to put it as we did. So it's not perfect, and you'll probably have to do some finishing with it. Since I also had a sepia print already done, I'm continuing on my on my adventure, trying to make it perfect. And well, spoiler alert, it won't be. So again, I'm making sure I'm calculating the right size, making my lines. And all the time that I was actually doing this, I was thinking, why is it not doing what I want? It's almost perfect. Why is it not at the right place? And I did do a calibrating to make sure that the Cricut actually did cut all the lines of the calibrating page. at the right place, enter the right things, but still there's something missing. Was it because taking out the little dots actually widened the pattern, the ephemera? I don't know. The thing to remember too is that a Cricut doesn't give you the spacing. Is it a fourth? Is it a fourth of an inch? Is it like maybe one line next to it? Is it 4 millimeters, 5, 6, 7? You have to guess this one. That's not really fun either. So now for some reason I decided to put it on the top. But I don't think I left enough space. Still, I was trying to make it work. So as I said again, if you find this a bit boring, I understand. Just put it a little faster. You have the cogwheel on the YouTube screen, and you can actually make it go as fast as 2 times. Now I can already see that it cut my things too low. So I pressed the pause button, took out the mat, and actually will try to put it back on it at a different place. So it needs to be lowered. Now I'm trying to figure out if I didn't mess up on the measurements. And here is one of the another annoying thing about Cricut is that the Bluetooth never stays on. So now I have to go back in my settings to pick the Explorer 3 3D 5C, and again échec, unsuccessful link. So I had to close down the Cricut entirely with the power button, start it again, wait for it to open up and try again. It's a bit again win and miss and win. I don't know which one anymore. Cricut is really annoying sometimes. On those things, I believe they should have a better software for the Bluetooth to make sure that it always stays on as long as your machine is on. This is a lot of waste of time that is unnecessary with a machine like this. So now that it worked, I'm actually choosing again the right paper. And again, I think you can see my mistake at the top of the page. It's still my page. I didn't bring it down. So changing the numbers for the width and the length didn't work. I really needed to bring the paper down. And I think that's what I'm going to do now. Yeah. And this is, again, annoying. If your main, again, issue, not issue, but if your main purpose is to cut your ephemera all the time because you have a problem with your hands and everything, don't buy a Cricut. Get a scan and cut instead. Or no, if you don't have that kind of money, also you can ask someone around you to cut your ephemera. Because now that I have lowered the paper, it's still not gonna cut the way I want. It's starting well, and as you can see now it's tearing the paper because it might be tired to be pulled up and put back in. And now it's not enough on the left side, no, the right side. So I took it out just to see what was happening. And those papers, they're not papers I wanted to actually use in a project, so I didn't mind to mess them up. If you're trying to do something like this, you might want to do the same. Try with something you're not exactly precious about. So because it actually went on the right side, I should have put my paper just a few millimeters more on the right side, which I didn't. I didn't do that. Don't know why. So now it will make a mess of the paper. But again, it's nice to see what it does when it's not properly put on the mat. So it made a bit of a mess, and I actually left it there because I was unhappy. So now I'm trying with another piece. As you can see, I'm taking the background out again. I will take out the writing, getting the eraser a little bit smaller just to get the writing again. Making sure there's no lines anywhere around the paper. So I chose the monocalcs to make sure the little dots were taken care of. There's also the second option, which is kind of smoothing everything around, but I chose the first option. I'm using the second option here, the monocalc, giving it a name. Again, I will have to measure the paper as I see it on the design space. Since there's no background, there's no white paper to tell me, so I have to take the widest of the, as you see there with the calc selected, you pick them at the widest and the longest. Kind of try to size it this way, so manually, but that didn't really help either. I tried to figure how it will look on the mat on the design space like this, but to make sure that maybe if I knew at which centimeters, you know, like 26, 27, it will be it will be better to place it. And I think that's what I was trying to do. So I did end up with almost 27 inches, but when you put it on the Cricut, you have to make sure you're a fourth of an inch away and down. And I guess on this one I decided to put it to put the 1/4 of an inch still on the paper and make sure that it will be placed at the line, at the measuring lines. Again, the Bluetooth didn't stay on, so I have to go back in my settings and make sure to put it back on. Probably had to close down the machine again. Again, very annoying. And again, it's not cutting at the right place. It's cutting on the right side of, it's too much on the right side and lower. So in order to fix that, I will need to lower the page and toss it on a bit more on the right side, which I don't know. It made no sense at some point, because no matter what I did, it didn't exactly do what it was supposed to do. There's precision in the cutting, but there's no precision as far as measuring and putting it down on the mat, since there's no guide to make sure that you put it at the right place on the mat. And I'm really hoping this is going to give you a very good idea of everything I've tried. Maybe save you some time, and if you haven't bought a Cricut yet, maybe just buy a scan and cut. And then that this is not, you know, to say that Cricut is not good. It's just that for that particular thing, doing a scan and cut, it's not the tool you want. But if you want a versatile machine that will cut all kinds of materials so you can, I don't know, make a name, put names on the water bottles, all kinds of things you can do, stickers and logos. I will make also some stencils with this, which I'm pretty sure if you have a picture of a stencil, the scan and cut could probably do something similar. And as you can see, everything went a bit on the side. So I'll probably the way I'll use these now will probably be by cutting all the sides and use them that way, maybe in collage. So now I think I'm trying again with the sepia, and this will be my last try for this particular way. I did try a lot of things. And as you can see, it is not doing a better job since it is still way off on the right side and the lower side. So I decided on this one to stop it and replace it. Now I'm still trying to figure out what I did wrong. I thought that maybe if I changed the size on the design space it would be better, but I highly doubt that worked. And again, while I was doing that, the Bluetooth went out. And since I'm doing this on my iPad, I don't have a USB plug to go, the plug that for direct link is not exactly good for iPad. I'm really wondering at this point if everybody has the same problem with the Bluetooth or if it's just me. And my iPad is near the Cricut too, so it's not even a foot away. It's very weird and annoying and time consuming. And it's still doing the same problem, which means that trying to resize your page in your Cricut design space is not going to work. So don't do like me at this point. Don't go back in design space hoping to change it again and have better result, I guess. It's not going to work, apparently. Or maybe it did. No, it didn't. Now it's going on the other side. So it's it's cutting way outside the ephemera on the other side. And I guess at this point I'm too tired and frustrated to actually stop it in its track. So I don't know about you, but so far Cricut is not exactly like a scan and cut, and it's not going to give you good result this way. You're better off with print than cut, so at least that way it follows its own alignment, I guess. And so if you want to see more of this kind of tryouts, you can subscribe, like my video, and comment. If you have better ideas on this, maybe you could actually leave me some comments whether it did work or not for you. And I'll see you in the next video, which will be also about this topic, but with another kind of tryout. We'll actually try to scan it first with the printer and then cut it. So I'll see you in the next video. Thank you again for watching, and don't forget to go on my Ko-fi page. Well, there will be a new freebie available. Bye!